Historically, this time of year is depressing for people who want to fly RC aircraft. You see, about 20 years ago when I was flying nitro planes, I'd pretty much have to shut up shop until about May time when it had thawed out. If it's not for rain or snow or wind, then it's the cold conditions that make your fingertips fall off. And specifically here, it is dark by 3:30 p.m, so you don't have a lot of time to fly anyway. But we don't have that problem anymore because you can get your fix from a indoor micro quadcopter, and I have got a few of those to show this winter. This is one of them. This is the FEILUN FX133. It is a nano size quadcopter, I guess you would say, but they get a lot smaller than this now. It costs just £15 from gearbest.com, which is amazing really to get your flying fix over the winter. So this one has got a 100 milliamp one cell battery, so it's not very big. It's going to fly for about 4 to 5 minutes or so. The battery is built in, so you can't remove it. It has got a on and off button here, and it's also got a charging port on the back. There's no camera on this one, it's just for line of sight flying around the house. We have got these protectors on here, which means we can bash into expensive flat screen TVs if we accidentally do so, and it won't do any damage at all. And there's also some protectors on the top here as well. That's pretty much all you get with the quadcopter, but that's all you need. And we have this massive controller for it being a nano, and one thing I love about this, they have gifted me a present here because it has got the controls labeled up here. So yeah, it's a mode 2 transmitter, and sadly it's got a screw in there. It takes 2 AA batteries, so not AAA for this one. Very simple controls. We've got the on button here, we have got the number of rates there, we have a flip button here, so you can do your roll and also a flip, and then we have got auto orientation, so that's going to be headless mode there. And we have a land button as well. The rest, as far as I can see, are all trims, and I don't think those two do anything there. So very simple controller there, which is what I like. And then we have got some accessories here. Now, I'm not going to get these out, but I can't see a screwdriver to undo that screw, so that's a fail for me. We've got a charger here that outputs 500 milliamp their output, so it is just going to charge at 0.5 amps there, regardless of what you plug it into, at 4.2 volts. So that's the charger there. Get a full set of props, and that is your lot. Of course, we have a nice manual as well. The English is pretty good, but let's go and do what it's designed for and go and do some indoor flying. Okay, let's get and fly this one. So I'm starting off in the low rate, and yeah, I would say that that was a beginner rate. First thing I'm noticing is the LEDs on this aren't very bright, so I don't think this one would make a very good night flyer. I really like this transmitter though. As you may know, I'm not a big mode 2 flyer, but I'm finding this really nice. So let's go ahead and change into the second rate and see what that's like. Pretty much more of the same actually. I'm not noticing a big change there. And let's try the third rate. So we got 3 beeps, and again there, not a huge difference, but definitely a difference there. So I would say that was a medium rate rather than a high rate, and not a huge amount of difference between all of them. I still think you could fly this one outside though. Let's go for the flip. So it gains height, which is fine. This is a nice indoor flyer. I really like this transmitter. Fits in my hand nicely compared to other nano transmitters, which I tend to find that I'm there clutching at the transmitter to try and fly. So I usually fly pinching the sticks in mode 2, but with this one for some reason, I think because the stick is really big on the thumb there, so I don't need to pinch that one, but I find when I'm flying mode 2 that if I pinch the stick I get a little bit more control, I guess because I've been flying mode 1 for such a long time. Let's try another flip. So it gains height, but it doesn't need to sort of recover because it's flipping so fast. There we go. Really nice, that is. Any quad that can flip nicely indoors I'm a fan of. And I can get up some speed with this one and have some nice control with it. So let's see if those bumpers work. See if I can fly into something. Just bounces off. The props don't hit. That's what you want really in this tiny whoop generation. That's what is expected of indoor flyers, and this one has passed. As to whether you could stick a camera on it, I'm not so sure. Not one of these all-in-one FPV cameras. You'd probably have to really strip it, and the flight time probably wouldn't be very good. But it'd be worth a go, wouldn't it? I think this would be smaller than a tiny whoop, this sort of thing. It's a Nano, this one. Oh, it flies so good. And again, for the price, I think it's just £15. That's amazing. I kind of wish that you could switch the battery out with this, because, you know, just one flight's never enough for me. However, the good thing about this is because the battery is so small, it charges in like 15 to 20 minutes, so you don't have to wait a lot of time between flights. I guess the best thing to do is just get a couple of them. At that price you can. This is cool, let's take a look at it. Those LEDs, when they line up with your eyes, they're very bright, but they seem to be directional. So I don't think it'd work in the dark, this one. Looks like we've got flashing lights, so that's the LVC, so not the longest of flight times, but not terrible either. So let's see how long it will fly for until it completely dies. Won't let me do a flip now. I just tried that, so it cuts that off, so it's pretty good really. And there we go. Just completely died there. And we don't have any throttle at all, so it looks like it's got some sort of cut-off system there. But yeah, there you go. That is my review of the FEILUN FX133. I like it. It's got a short flight time, but it's not too bad. I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.